Hello and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. And yeah, I want to talk about something a little bit off topic, only a little bit because it is on my mind now for about half an hour or something. And yeah, last night I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I don't know why. The sun has risen. And it was the next day, and what I did instead of sleeping was watching Equestria Girls 2. Yes, and I watched the first one as well. And this morning it dawned on me why My Little Pony and the so-called spin-off Equestria Girl is so appealing to a lot of people actually. And you wanna know why? Maybe, I don't know, but I will tell you anyway. It's basically anime. It's basically anime created by, I don't know. I think it's from America. I'm not entirely sure about that, but it's basically anime. I mean, it has everything anime has. It has plot, and I mean a lot of plot, and not that kind of plot. I mean the plot where something builds up. It has a climax, goes a linear path, and delivers the message. Okay, this is how most short animes, about 30 episodes or so, are built up to, most of the time at least. And yeah, the other thing is, outstanding hairstyle, a lot of outstanding hairstyle, which also is equivalent to what you always see in animes. You can only differentiate most of the characters because of the hairstyles. And the other thing are the big eyes they have. And I mean really big eyes. Anime eyes, to be exactly. And this applies to both, to My Little Pony and to Equestria Girls. And this is what freaked me out for quite half an hour, more or less. That it didn't dawn to me earlier. The other is, most animes have over-the-top animation and flashy arts and some kind of magic or mystical thing around it. And guess what? My Little Pony and Equestria Girls have exactly the same. They have the anime tropey. Equestria Girls has the anime tropey transformation sequences on special occasions, and My Little Pony has its all magic and unicorn and flying ponies and stuff. And this is all over the top animated and really, really appealing to the eye. And you get those awe moments about how good it looks. Equally in anime and in this My Little Pony franchise. So My Little Pony and Equestria Girls might as well be a boom from the American world. I'm not sure if it's from America or Great Britain or whatsoever. It's from Hasbro Interactive, and I don't know where their main headquarters is. But, I mean, I know that anime comes from Japan, and this is in the East. And My Little Pony and Equestria Girls come from the West. And normally, anime and Western cartoons really clash at each other, and you can easily distinguish them. But in the case of My Little Pony and Equestria Girl, the distinguishability grows really, really thin. And yeah, I even thought about making a whole video out of it just for the spite of it and because of my lack of sleep. And I have the feeling that it is a terrible idea just to sprinkle it into a Katawa Shoujo thing. But why am I sprinkling it in here? Because this has also a lot I love. It has the cute characters, it has the over-the-top characters, it has the serious characters, it has a nice story about... This story is more about friendship and relationship, and My Little Pony and Equestria Girls is all about friendship and relationships of some sort at least, even though they are really weird. But anime is most of the time weird as well. I mean, yeah, I haven't watched Kill la Kill yet, but have you ever looked into that? I mean, the less you wear, the stronger is your armor, like even in most of the MMORPGs. But I think I talked enough about it. I talked about 5 minutes about My Little Pony and Equestria Girls and how they are very, very, very almost indistinguishable similar to anime. And I maybe get a lot of hate or a lot of other things with it, but I just wanted to get it off my chest. I wanted to verbally accumulate it somehow. And I'm sorry that it had to hit Katawa Shoujo. So, yeah, but I think 5 minutes are well enough for this. And now we are actually getting to what you are probably all here for. Yeah. Okay. I slide my books down the return chute, and they crash into the cart with a pleasant thud. Oh god, don't scare me like that right off the bat. Yuko, however, doesn't seem as impressed as I. Hiso, you scared me! Sorry, I thought you would be used to that by now. Or is the literacy level here so low that nobody borrows any books? Huh? No, I think everyone here can read fine. Yeah, never mind. There are some battles that you can never win. Trying to explain jokes is one of them. My dad taught me that the hard way. I didn't got the joke either. Maybe I should take some sleep. Say, Yuko, have you seen Hanako about? She left class early, but she wasn't in her usual hiding place. I think I saw her sneak in before lunch. Oh, but I'm not supposed to tell anyone that. I just told you that I saw her leave. No need to stress out. Oh, of course. She's probably in the back. Thanks. Get any new books in recently? No, sorry. I'll let you know when we do, though. Okay. If there's one thing I know about librarians, part-time or otherwise, it's that they appreciate people who take a genuine interest in their work. I walk the now familiar path to Hanako's reading nook, picking out a few titles along the way. Sometimes I find it hard to discover a book that will interest me among the shelves. An author's name and a 2-word title don't mean much in a sea of similar words. For that reason, I sometimes reread books that I read in the past. Better to bet on the favorite than a new runner. An unfamiliar title from a familiar author peeks out among the spines of its neighbors, so I remove it from the shelf. At least I'm not going over old material. As expected, Hanako sits on her beanbag, buried deep in a copy of Dance Dance Dance. What? Hi Hanako, how's it going? I fight back the urge to ask why she left class early. If Lily's suspicions were right, then asking her about that could have the opposite effect. Best to leave it for the time being. Sometimes the best way to get an answer from someone is to never ask the question. Those are the best things. Hello, Hisao. I'm fine. Something seems off, and after a couple of seconds, I realize what it is. Hanako's smiling. She looks as if she's pleased to see me. It's a nice change from the usual, instinctively frightened reaction, and something I hope I can see more of as we get to know each other better. Good to hear. How's that book? I've heard it's a trip. It's good, I think. I've only just started it, so I don't really know. Fair enough. Let me know how it goes. I may borrow it once you're done. Sure. There's a good 15 minutes left in lunch. Not enough to really get into a book, but too much to stand around doing nothing. And Hanako's already returned to her reading, so I doubt I get much conversation from her. Oh well, I better make myself comfortable. I slouch into a beanbag and crack open my book. The familiar style of the author leaps out at me from the very first line. As the sentences turn into paragraphs, I start to relax a little. But no matter how I try, I can't seem to get myself into the atmosphere of the book. This is partly due to the lack of time, but the more distracting factor is Hanako. Every 10 or so seconds she peers over the top of her book, but when our eyes meet, she quickly ducks behind the covers. Guess she did want to talk about something after all. What's up? You look like a prairie dog on lookout. It's nothing. I've told you before, nothing means something when you say it like that. Hanako squirms a little in her beanbag, hoping that by changing her position she'll find the word she's looking for. Wait, what? I wasn't... Wait, what? Oh, I didn't saw that word. Okay, I was in an accident. Oh. Accident? Just now? Are you alright? Hanako shakes her head. I think she wants to tell you something about her backstory. Hanako shakes her head, her hair flowing around her shoulders in wisps of amethyst on a background of pale and dark flesh. No, when I was younger. Realization crashes into me like a semi. When I was... It's alright, Hanako. You don't have to tell me anything if you don't want to. Again, she shakes her head. No, I want. I have to tell you. When I was young, I was in a fire. My house burnt down, and I nearly didn't make it. After that, I was alone. Hanako's eyes glisten in the dim light of the library, and I reach out to grasp her hand. It's okay, Hanako. You don't have to keep going. But I have to. Why? What brought this on? Last night, Lily told me about your heart. And I didn't think it was fair. Fair? That I knew about you, but you didn't know about me. I squeeze Hanako's hand a little. Don't be silly. But yes, I have a heart condition. I lean a little closer to Hanako. What I didn't tell Lily is that I had my first attack when a girl confessed to me. Oh God, do you have to bring this up now? I smile a little to break the tension. Really? Really. I haven't heard from her for a while though, so I guess it's all over. I know it's all over. There's no other way to interpret what happened the last time I saw her. In some ways, not having heard from her again has helped me move on from that period of my life. So now we both know a little more about each other, but you don't have to talk about things if you don't want to. Oh, he surprises me ever so often. Sometimes he says so dumb things, but then he redeems himself every time by spitting out those really, really gorgeous lines. In fact, I feel a little bad even thinking about that whole incident. I can almost smell the hospital's disinfectant burning the back of my sinuses again. I imagine Hanako's going through the same thing now. When I was in the hospital, I went to the burn ward once, and only once. I was bored, So I went for a walk through all of the wards. I went through oncology and thought I could take it, but when I got to the burn ward, I turned around and went back to my bed. To think that Hanako would have spent months in a place like that, smelling nothing but corrupted skin, strong disinfectant, and sterilized air. The really bad cases were kept in isolated pods that no foreign objects could enter. That would have meant no reading. I would have gone insane if I didn't have my books in the hospital. And she said she was alone. Did her parents die? I'll have to ask Lily about it. I can imagine myself saying something dumb unintentionally. Thank you, Miso. I haven't told many people about this. To be honest, I haven't told many people about my circumstances either. Then I won't tell anyone either. Deal. I changed my grip on Hanako's hand into a handshake as the warning bells chimed through the window. Well then, we'd better head back to class then, eh? Sure. Oh, this is a deep episode already. Wait, what? No way! No way! No way! We are already in Act 3? Are you kidding me right now? You are kidding me right now that we already reached Act 3. I want to see that again. Look at that smile. Can't believe we are already in Act 3. We are actually in Act 3. Already. It took me longer to get out of Act 1. Okay. The tint of the room slowly changes from the shine of the afternoon to the orange of dusk. A clock lazily ticks away the seconds, counting in the background on the verge of hearing. But no matter how long I wait, the outcome cannot be changed. The diminutive playing pieces make a small click against the board. Like a round spring, Hanako makes her move only moments after mine. It's embarrassing in comparison to my 5-minute moves. She seems to know exactly what she wants to do. Mate! Again? What does that make this? A 3 out of 2? Stalemates don't count. Damn, you're getting better at this every day. That or she's been holding back. I'd never have thought it when I first met her, but she really has a knack for this game. And the music gets really loud. Chess seems to have become a popular pastime for the two of us, hiding away in the tea room, playing a game over 2 or 2 after classes. From here, the students outside can just barely be heard milling about. The everyday noises from below remind me a little of my life before Yamaku, though I'm by now well aware that it's a life I'll never get back to. Fancy another game? I have to finish my homework. Oh, well, I see you tomorrow then. But what about this? Hanako points to the tea set surrounding the mostly empty chessboard. Don't worry about that. I've got it. Okay. See you. Later. Hanako departs as I start cleaning up the area. The occasional whistles and cheers from the sporting clubs outside become less frequent, eventually approaching silence. A part of me still wants to be in some kind of team, since I played soccer and other sports before my accident. I guess it's only normal to feel nostalgic about what I can't do anymore. But I have other reasons that for my coming here so often. Other reasons than that for my coming here so often, and I don't feel so bad about losing that part of myself because of them. Lily is a good friend by now, but it's the small exchanges I have with Hanako that feel especially dear. The small victories I feel every day as I see more of what she is like under her self-imposed shell. That's why I come here most of all. As I'm putting away cups and saucers, I hear talking outside the door, pausing for a moment to listen. I can make out that it's Hanako and Lily, and decide to go outside to investigate. Are you quite sure? I'm sure. Ah, Iso! Hanako turns to see me with a look of mild surprise as she notices my approach. Lily must have caught her just as she was about to leave. Oh my, Iso, is he as well? Afternoon, Lily. What's up? I was hoping, now that I've finished my class representative duties for the day, that I might have the two of you accompany me for the tea at the Shanghai. It would be nice to enjoy ourselves outside of the school for a change. I'd be up for it. I think Hanako had work to do, though. It's not all that much. Wonderful. It seems that we are decided then. Okay. I cast my eyes across the cafe as the three of us step in. As usual, there are only a handful of people around at most, and the noise level is quite a background hum. The hold Lily has on Hanako's arm remains just as it has been for the entire slow walk down the hill to the local town, though it's hard to say for which reason, for Lily's guidance or for Hanako's reassurance. For a moment, Lily removes her arm from Hanako's to retract her cane, as Yuko quickly skitters over to where we stand, but soon replaces it right back where it had been. Welcome to the Shanghai! May I take your order? She gives a deep bow, her well-delivered and professional introduction putting her in a good mood. It's a nice change from the norm of Yuko. Just tea, please, Hanako, Iso. I'll have a slice of pie and a coffee. Just tea, please. Coming right up. Please, take any seat you wish. I'll be back shortly. Yuko gives a smile and a nod before shuffling to the counter, and we make our way to some empty seats by the window in quick measure, and it's getting warm and cold frequently. Either it's too warm or it's getting cold. I don't know what it is. I'm not sick. I know I'm not sick. Oh, thanks for being so close. We slip into our seats, the girls on one side with Lily's cane propped up beside them, and I on the other. I realize that Hanako's not doing something that she so often does. Rather than keeping her eyes pinned to the ground and hiding behind her blind escort, busily trying to convince herself that the world around them doesn't exist, she's merely keeping her eyes low and helping Lily around. Are you okay, Lily? You look tired. She lowers her head a little, looking somewhat embarrassed that she let it show. Class representative work can be very tiring, considering that it often means dealing with the student council. Oh. Very tiring indeed. How do the other representatives go? Better than I, but not by much. Shizune is a harsh taskmaster, no matter whom she deals with. It doesn't sound like you particularly relish the job. Why do you do it in the first place, if it's that bad? Being a class representative is enjoyable, and I can deal with the responsibility well enough. It's just that the people involved are sometimes... She trails off, cutting her words at a rather opportune spot. It's hard to imagine Lily cursing, but I imagine that if anyone could make her do so, it would be Shizune. Hanako looks to be withering a bit in the light of such conflict, but before I can steer the topic away a little, she stands up. Hanako? I'll be back in a bit. I'll be back in a bit. Wait, I don't know if this was right. With that, she leaves for the restrooms. I suppose that's one way to deal with the situation, if that was indeed her motivation. Lily, however, looks a little wounded. Don't worry about it. I don't think it was you. But I think she's been getting stronger recently. You've seen it yourself, right? That went a bit owy. Fortunately, Lily doesn't look offended. And by now, I really shouldn't be quite so scared of stepping on that landmine around her. Possibly. Sometimes I find it hard to tell, though. Silence reigns for a moment before 2 teacups, a pie, and a mug of steaming coffee appear in front of us. I notice that Yuko takes special care to place the teacup against the tip of Lily's fingers, letting her know where it is. Here you go! Thanks, Yuko. Thank you. With a quick and silent bow, the bespectacled waitress takes her leave. Ah, that's right. I was meaning to ask you something, and now would be the right time to do so. I'm all ears. Hanako's birthday is coming up, and I was hoping that you might accompany me for present shopping. Sorry, something's crawling up my stomach. You might accompany me for present shopping in the city this weekend. Hanako's birthday is soon? I suppose it would be a nice chance to cheer up a bit. Like Yuko, she always seems to be teetering on the edge of either panic or depression, and I've never seen her enjoy herself much outside of our chess games. What? Might accompany me in the city of his weekend soon? Would be a nice chance to cheer up a bit. Okay. All that aside, learning the layout of the city better with a friend keeping me company sounds like a good way to spend a weekend. Sounds like an awesome way to spend the weekend. It's currently weekend here and I have nowhere to go because I don't have much friends. Actually, I have only one friend, and that friend lives a little bit far away, and the other friend lives even further away. Sure, I'd be happy to. Have you got any plans for what to do for the birthday? A party or anything? Hanako being Hanako, perhaps a low-key affair would be... Lily suddenly cuts herself short, leaving me to wonder why as she brings her teacup to her lips and begins to sip. After a few seconds, I notice Hanako walking up to us over her shoulder. Lily's hearing must be very good indeed, if it was the sound of the restroom door opening that tipped her off. Hanako takes her seat once again, and wastes no time in drinking her tea. Soon the three of us are quietly eating and drinking as the sun sets. It's a nice way to spend the remainder of the day's light, and it makes me appreciate the quiet and serene surroundings of Yamaku. I think I'm really beginning to like life here, as isolated as it may be. I finish off the last of my coffee and rest the mug on the table while the girls talk between themselves. The coffee here is a little bitter for my tastes, but still quite good. Better than what I can make for myself in any case. The girls' discussion is mainly focused on their respective reading preferences, which does give me a little curiosity about a related topic. Hey Hanako, I was just wondering, aside from chess and reading, do you have any hobbies or things you like doing? She's completely stopped in her tracks, looking quite surprised that anyone would be interested in asking such a question about her. It takes her a little time to formulate a response. I guess I like singing a little. I'm okay with computers as well, but I don't use them all that much. Singing? Well, that's interesting. I like singing too. I have a short breath though for some reason, and I don't know how to improve it. I would really like to improve my breath while singing, because I can't keep up my voice, and even while I'm reading this, I struggle to get enough air inside my lungs and to throw it out in a way that I don't waste so much air. I mean, not ears. Air. I mean, if I speak and stuff like that, and if I sing, and if I read something, I really waste a lot of air. And I would really like to know how I can distribute it more evenly. I looked up a few videos about it, but I can't seem to get the hang of it. I think I need a tutor for something like that. In any case, singing's not exactly something I expected to hear. It's hard to imagine her singing voice, given how soft-spoken she is. Or you can really sing beautiful songs with even a low-peaked voice. I mean, there are quite a few gently sing songs, and I would think about something, but I only know the lyrics in German, and I really enjoyed singing it. Should I give you a little bit out of it? I try, okay? I try. It will be in German, and I am not that deep into the lyrics anymore, but it was a song I really enjoyed. And yeah, I give you a little bit something out of it. So don't wonder, it will be German. You may not understand it, but I try my best to let it sound at least good. Here we go. Zeit heilt nicht die Wunden, die ich schuf. Bruder, wie erträgst du mein Gesicht? And I already forgot the lyrics. But this was basically from Full Metal Alchemist, the song Brothers, and it was the first verse in German. Okay, let's go on with this. Lily, on the other hand, simply nods. She must already know all this, since she's been friends with Hanako for 1 year or so by now. What about... me? She hesitates before quickly flicking her head up and down. It's only logical that she'd want me to talk about my hobbies after she's told me hers. There's chess, obviously, but also... There was soccer as well, though I can't really do that anymore. Reading, which I picked up in hospital. This is surprisingly hard. Lily and Hanako look a little bit put off by the direction this is taking. And the more I think about it, the more I am too. It sounds as if you've picked up quite a few things since your accident. Lily's candor is coated with probably the most positive spin one could put on what I said. Hanako, however, is silent. If a situation becomes difficult, her reaction always seems to be withdrawing into silence in order to prevent things getting worse. That or physically retreating. A soft ringing gives us pause as Lily reaches into her pocket. It becomes obvious that the sound's coming from her phone. This is an odd ringtone for a mobile phone. Zoe? It's okay. Lily gives a quick nod before shuffling out of her seat and taking the call a little distance away to avoid disturbing the both of us. Must be nice to be popular. Hanako smiles, but doesn't take up the hook for further discussion. I end up just sitting back and closing my eyes, relaxing as best I can. It's nice and peaceful here. I wonder what it'd be like to have grown up somewhere like this, rather than in the city. You come from the city? Looks like I've found something she wants to talk about. Yeah, you could say I was a city kid through and through. It sounds like a lot changed. It did. I'm still not quite sure what to make of it all, though it's a bit of a culture shock in more ways than one. You must have gone through something like this when you first arrived at Yamaku, right? I'd imagine most new students would. Not really. Hanako gazes a little to the side, looking unwilling to go on. I tilt my head inquisitively, but a couple of seconds pass with no further answer. But can't we deal with that on Monday? The fallout has hardly settled from the last. I understand. I try to talk her down. You know what she's like when she's get locked onto an idea. Yes, thank you. I'll take you later then. Goodbye. Lily's conversation ends with a snap of her phone closing. She returns to our table, but doesn't take her seat. Okay, on that remark, I'm gonna end this episode right here. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Leave a like if you enjoyed my little exposition in the beginning or my singing at the almost very end of the video. And if you want to hear more of either of this, well, leave a comment about it. And as always, I will hopefully see you around, and most importantly, in the next episode. Stay tuned.